What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Liz Lorette back with another video for you today. I know probably the video looks a little bit different because I am filming on my phone today. We are in the middle of a PCS, and let me tell you, PCSing during a global pandemic is not the business. I am exhausted. My camera and everything is packed away in the truck, and I don't feel like searching for it. You are probably going to hear my child talking to the TV. You might hear my other child fussing as he's trying to nap. But we're gonna roll with it because I'm committed to getting these videos out to you every single week. So let me start by saying, if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. You have no idea how much I appreciate your love and support. If you are new here, what's up? My name is Liz. I am a faith mama, military wife, and lover of all things life. Today's video is my road trip tips. So this is helpful for all my military families that are PCSing. As you know, we take many road trips, driving from one installation to the next, but share this with your non-military friends. Why? Because they can take road trips at any time, right? I mean, families vacation still. On top of that, with the whole coronavirus and all of that, coronavirus, people really ain't trying to fly. So you might be more apt to take a road trip. And hey, your girl Liz has the tips for you. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Can't get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time. Been thinking about you all night. I've been searching for this all night.
All right, so this video, like I said, is road trip tips, and it is a mashup of all different types of tips. So get your pen and paper ready, okay? Because I'm going to be all over the place. Like I said, I'm already scatterbrained because of the PCS, and I've slowly been like jotting things down as we started this PCS for my different road trip tips, how I'm preparing, some ways that you can be prepared too. So, yeah, get a pen and paper because you're probably going to want to write these things down. They are valuable in my opinion. But on top of that, like I said, I'm going to jump around quite a bit. So the first thing is, one, for me, I always need to keep like my car clean. If it's not clean, like I feel kind of crazy. And so one way to do that is, one, you could get those WeatherTech mats, right? That would be an investment. That's something that we got. They're actually not too expensive. I was very surprised. For our Chevy Traverse, it was $200, which I thought is a good investment and was much cheaper than I was expecting it to be. But if you can't quite swing the WeatherTech mat investment, then go ahead. Fun tip, order some dog pads. Yeah, they're little pee-pee pads, because if you're driving through where it's rain or muddy or snowy or whatever it might be, lay those down under where your kids' feet will be or your feet will be, and then that's going to absorb all the water, hopefully catch most of the dirt, and you're not going to have a ton of mud, water, all kinds of stuff inside your car. So fun little tip that I kind of came up with on my own. I did not find that anywhere. I'm pretty excited about that. So if you cannot do the WeatherTech mats, definitely go ahead, get puppy pad, dog pad, those pee pads, you know what I'm saying? Get the absorbent ones, put them below your feet. You'll be good to go. Another tip is I always recommend keeping one of those small umbrellas, right? Those little, what are they called? Collapsible ones? That's it. Just because you never know what kind of weather you're going to run into, especially if you are doing a cross-country road trip. Man, I mean, you know, I'm from sunny Southern California, not really used to too much rain, but once you get into Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Virginia, where we're going, it's raining year-round. So you might want to keep that small umbrella with you so that you are always prepared. Especially, you know, your girl got her hair straightened, even though it's not really super straight right now, but I can't be getting this hair wet. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to keep straightening it over and over and over. So small umbrella, very, very good tip for you. The next one, I am looking at my computer, which is behind my phone, just so you know. So the next tip is get a rear seat organizer if you have kids. Even if you don't have kids, it might be helpful just to have all your stuff organized. But for us specifically on Amazon, I found a rear seat organizer that has a flip down tray. Road trips, you're going to be eating a lot. There are all kinds of different tips where you can get like shower caddies and things like that for kids to put their food in. But for me, and for my child, she's really not into that type of thing. I don't think she would like that. So I found a rear seat organizer that has a flip down tray, and it flips back up so she can eat on it. She can set her tablet up on it, and it also has storage pockets. So it provides storage and also provides a place for her to put her food on when we're eating on the road. I will make sure to insert a clip of that rear seat organizer. Like I said, it is from Amazon and I love it. The next thing that you want to do, I have a whole video on this, is organize a kids activity box, because kids need to be entertained unless you want to answer 1,000,001 questions on the drive, and your girl's not into that. So we have a DVD player in our vehicle, but I also created an activity box so that she's not just focused on screen time. There are sticker pads, there are coloring books, there are small little reading books, all kinds of stuff that she has to entertain herself. So I will insert a card regarding the kids activity box so that you guys can click on that video and see all the ideas that I have and come up with your own ideas as well. But kids activity box is definitely a great thing to have on hand when it comes to PCSing or road tripping across the country. The next thing you want to have on hand is a first aid kit. There are always accidents. People always get hurt. What I have in my first aid kit are Band-Aids, Neosporin, I have some chapstick, I have Dermaplast spray, which I normally would not have, but it's like pain and itch spray. Why do I have that? Because I just had a baby like 2 months ago. I didn't really end up using that, so I just tossed it in the bag because, hey, if somebody gets hurt, maybe we could use this Dermaplast spray for it. So those are the things that I have in my first aid kit. But you may want to bump up yours. I also am carrying, this isn't part of the first aid kit, but I'm also carrying bug spray because I don't like to be bit by bugs and I don't want my children to be either. And we're carrying sunblock. So I'll probably just toss that into the first aid kit so it has somewhere to be. But those are some things you may want to think about carrying with you as well. The next thing is a roadside kit, like your emergency kit, right? And then there's also these tire pumps that you literally plug into like the cigarette lighter, the old cigarette lighter, that's the 12 volt, whatever it's called. You plug it into there. And so if you have a low tire, you can pump it up on the side of the road. You don't have to wait for somebody to come help you. That's huge. And then I have a separate emergency kit. I'm also going to be inserting a video of that. So if you stay towards the end of the video, I will show you what all of those things look like in my car, okay? All right, so my storage got full, so it cut off. Okay, so I said, don't forget your charger cords, right? You wanna make sure that all of your cell phones, cameras, anything that needs to be charged, tablets for the children, those are all able to maintain the charge. So do not forget your charger cords. The next thing, don't forget your aux cord. If you don't have a Bluetooth, you're just gonna be listening to static through the whole, what is it called, like the Midwest, when you don't have any signal. So do not forget the aux cord if you don't have Bluetooth. You need your aux cord, right? The next thing to remember, you can download movies from Netflix. So if you have Netflix, download the app to your phone or onto the tablet or whatever it is, and you can download the movies so that when you don't have internet or you don't have Wi-Fi or you don't have signal, your kids can watch movies, or you can watch movies on those tablets that you've already downloaded, which is amazing. Also remember to download podcasts or anything else that you normally need, like streaming, Wi-Fi, internet, some of those things to listen to, so that you're not, again, out in the middle of nowhere with nothing to listen to. Remember, headphones for the kids. That's big for me because I don't want to hear the games all loud. I don't want to hear the movies. I don't want to hear any of that. Sometimes your girl just wants silence, or I want to listen to my thing and they can listen to their thing. So headphones are definitely a must for the children or for any other passengers in the car. The next thing, in advance, try to kind of map out where everything is going to go in your vehicle. That way you already have an idea when you're on the road of where everything is at. You're not stressing the morning of trying to shove everything in there. And then also plot things out for easy access, right? We have a Traverse, so I want to be able to easily reach back into a small cooler to get our snacks out, right? Another big thing is if you are stopping overnight, your suitcases should be the last things to go in because they're going to be the first things to come out when you stop at a hotel. So make sure that you plan those things accordingly so you don't stop and have to tear your whole packing situation apart just to find your items. there is an app called iExit. Now, I have not used it yet, but I am excited to use it. Basically, you plug in the kind of route that you are taking. We are taking the 40. And then as you are going, it'll show you like different restaurants, different gas stations, hotels, different places that you can stop at along the way. So if you do not plan ahead like I tried to do, then definitely get the iExit app and then see how that works for you as well. Hopefully, that will be much more helpful to you. If you are traveling with pets, there is a website called bringfido.com. I will put that somewhere on the screen, bringfido.com. But you can find pet-friendly hotels, restaurants, things like that, so that you're not having to lock your dog away or wondering where can we stop to eat because we need to bring the dog in with us. So bringfido.com, great resource for you as well. I always like to plan my stops ahead of time, but if you use the iExit app, again, that would be helpful to you. If you are traveling with pets, remember to bring your portable food and water trays because they do need to eat. They do need water. Remember to stop so that they can use the restroom, get out and stretch their legs. It's just going to make it better for them. Bring healthy snacks. I mentioned that cooler. It's much cheaper to bring them with you rather than buy bottles of water at every gas station, right? So bring healthy snacks, bring drinks that you would like so that you're not having to constantly stop and spend much more money on the road than is necessary. I always recommend keeping change in your car, whether it's for tolls, whether it's for pay for bathrooms, whether it's for a laundromat. I actually keep mine usually in an old like gum container. We get those like big gum containers that you can sit like in your cup holder. Toss that change in there so that you have it whenever you need it. So change you definitely want to keep because you never know when you are going to need it. The next thing is always keep a little bit of cash on hand on top of that change. Why? Because sometimes our cards may not work. Sometimes card readers may not be working at gas stations or things like that. It always helps to have maybe like $100 on hand so that can get you like 2-3 tanks of gas in case, depending on how much gas your car takes, right? But that way you're not left stranded without gas and unable to get it. So again, just keep a little bit of cash on hand just in case. I always recommend bringing butt wipes, the wipes, right? You can bring toilet paper, that's a good idea. I prefer wipes because I just feel like it gets you cleaner, but you never know. The gas station may be out. You may have to go to the bathroom in the middle of nowhere. You never know. Bring your butt wipes. You're going to be thankful. On that note, bring hand sanitizer because you're going to need to wash your hands. But on top of that, pumping gas. We know that, again, coronavirus is everywhere. Make sure that you are using those things, sanitizing your hands, your kids' hands before you eat in the car, things like that to try to stay as healthy as possible during these road trips. I always recommend bringing car wipes to clean up messes. You are going to see towards the end, I have some wipes to clean up my car as we are, on the road. It's always a good idea. I always also recommend printing out your directions in advance just in case you lose service and then you already know how to get wherever it is that you need to go. Make sure that your registration and your insurance is up to date. God forbid you get into an accident, you need to have coverage. But on top of that, God forbid you get pulled over by the police. You need to have your registration and insurance up to date, and you need to be able to provide that to them. So make sure it's printed out, make sure it is readily available. Notify your banks of your travel plans. This is a big one. Sometimes banks put like fraud alerts out, right? So if they are seeing that your card is being used in multiple states, they may freeze your card thinking that fraud is occurring. So notify your banks of your travel plans. Usually you can just do it in a simple app. I recommend doing that so that you don't run into not being able to use your cards on the road. Make sure that your vehicle is travel ready. This means getting your oil changed, getting your tires pumped up, have all your fluids topped off, brakes checked, things like that. I literally just got home from doing that today. So at Firestone, for my truck, it was like $50, I think, $56. So I always recommend doing that because you want to have that peace of mind and know that your vehicle is safe and ready to travel with you and your family. Okay, y'all, one more time. I promise I'm going to finish this out. I have it, no storage on my phone. Anyways, know your limits and don't push past them, right? So that's not only for safety, but it is for your sanity. Don't push your kids longer than they need to be on the road because you're going to go crazy as well as your kids are going to go crazy. That goes for pets. That goes for that goes for pets, that goes for you as well. The next one is keep a change of clothes for kids. Accidents do happen. So always keep a spare change of clothes, and then bring some plastic bags in case there are accidents so that you can put those dirty clothes in them. That's where that change is going to come in handy. Whether you stop at a hotel, laundromat, whatever it needs to be, then you can dump those dirty clothes into the washer, wash them, and you're not carrying around like nasty clothes for the rest of your trip. So do that. Laundry pods to do your laundry. I touched on bug repellent. You're also going to want deodorant, right? Especially traveling in the summer, the stank gets real. So deodorant wipes, bug repellent, sunblock, those are all good things to have on hand when you are road tripping. Another thing just for safety is to share location pins with a trusted family member. Anytime you stop, I would go ahead and just send them a pin of your location. I hope that nothing ever happens to you. I hope that nothing ever happens to us. But it always, always, always pays to be safer rather than be sorry, right? So go ahead and send those location pins, especially if you're a woman traveling on your own, because I'm cute, you know what I mean? People might want to take me, so... but for real, definitely share those location pins to make sure that people know where you're at all times, or at least have a last location if something were to happen. Again, I hope nothing ever does, but just to be safe, go ahead and do that. And then look into any sort of other ways that you can secure yourself, secure your safety, right? So I kept our OnStar membership just because I knew we'd be driving across country and I wanted to have that assistance at the touch of a button. So if you have that, maybe look into that. Also look into any programs that your phone may have. I recently found out that you can create a shortcut, and there's an app basically where if you say on iPhone, "Hey Siri, I'm getting pulled over," it actually will flip on your camera, turn your music off, and record. And as soon as that recording finishes, whether your phone dies, whether somebody turns your phone off, whether somebody turns off the recording, it immediately sends that video to a pre-selected person. I need to install that on my phone. I'm actually probably going to do that after this. But if any of you have done that already, let me know how you like it. Let me know if it works. You can, I mean, obviously in this day and age, we are much more aware, or a majority of people are much more aware, because a lot of people have already been aware of kind of the fears that we have when being pulled over by police and police brutality and everything like that. But that can also be used if somebody's following you. If there's a road rage incident, something like that, say, "Hey Siri, I'm getting pulled over," and it can start that recording, whether it's police or not. And that way that video can be sent to somebody that you trust. So those are my road trip tips for you. I hope that you like those. I know this video is crazy. I know it cut off a lot, and I'm going to stop talking before it cuts off again. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and join my tribe. Check out down below for any helpful links, and I will definitely post them. And until next time, later loves. Okay, so in here what we have is a ton of Kleenex. My husband and my daughter both have terrible allergies, so it's really necessary to have Kleenex because they are always sneezing up a storm or catching nosebleeds. So I have a ton of Kleenex. I also have wet ones because, you know, the virus. And then it's always good just to keep your hands clean after you like pump gas or whatever you need to do. This right here is an empty gum container, but what goes in here is change just in case we hit any toll roads, in case we have to pay for the bathroom, need to hit up a laundromat, something like that. We have change on hand. The rest is like the headphones for the DVD player, some more hand sanitizer, and your girl's taser. Then please ignore this hot mess. I have to clean it out before we leave. But in the glove box, it's always good to have things organized, right? Right here I have just some items to do a quick clean of the car. So these ones are mainly for like our what is this called? Not dash, because like this is leather, so there are specific like leather cleaning wipes for the dash part and for the leather seats that we have, and then for the rest of the trim area. And then this one right here is for the glass, and I use it on our touch screen to clean that. I just kind of like to keep them in here to keep it clean. The next thing in here you will see, ignore my messy hat again. What you're gonna see in here, it's just an old makeup bag, so it's dirty inside, but it's kind of like my first aid kit. So I have a sunblock for us. We got some hemorrhoid pads in case, you know, you get the roid rage. A ton of Band-Aids, some Dermaplast for pain and itch, and there's also some Neosporin as well as chapstick up in here. And then the last thing that I want to show you to keep everything super handy, this is just a little pencil case that I got for my daughter for school. But then I have since switched it to use for our car stuff. So it has our registration card as well as our insurance cards in here, and pen and marker just to be safe. So one more thing I want to show you in the back of our Traverse. Again, excuse the mess because we are moving. We are getting rid of so much trash and taking it to like dumpsters and stuff like that. So that is why it's all yucky like that. Here in the back, we actually have this. It's a 12 volt. Is that what they're called? But this is an extra plug. This is actually my dad's, but he said he's going to buy me one. So these are always good to have to plug in anything that does not have a USB connector and you have multiple plugs. We have a ton of plugs in this Traverse, but it never hurts to have more. Underneath here, if you pop this up, is kind of like our, oh goodness, is our emergency kit. So this I wanted to show you. I got it from Walmart. It's actually a tire pump, so I need to wrap it all up so it's nice and neat, but I just grabbed it out of my husband's car and tossed it in there. So it's a tire pump in case your tire gets low. And then right here is our whole emergency kit with all of our like jumper cables, a flashlight, a glass break kit, different things like that. So definitely good to have on hand. And then underneath this, like if you look right here, you could pop these things out. Underneath there is where our tire spare is and the jack is. So always good to have.